Today I want to show you this easy river walk about an hour train ride from London, and that's me, I'm Zoe, and then finishing off with these ruins dating back to the 11th century. It was a very foggy day, which is significant. I'll explain in a moment. So I set off from London with a completely different walk planned. So I'm at the train station now and heading to Lewes, where I'm going to do a 6-ish mile walk up to the South Downs Way, where there should be some really good views, and along the way there may also be some ruins and wetland. I didn't end up doing that. On the train ride out I noticed how foggy it was and had no desire to walk up a hill if I wouldn't see any views. I still headed to Lewes. There are direct trains from London Victoria, by the way, but then changed at Lewes onto the train to Southease to do the river walk instead. This walk is about 4.5 miles. Then I realised I needed a poo and contemplated whether to go on the train or wait. I decided it was best to wait and use a toilet at Lewes instead. Much better. Then went to wait for the train to Southease. It's just one stop from here and about 6 minutes. You can do the walk in reverse and start from here, but I think finishing in Lewes is better. There's only one train an hour from Southease and it's too cold right now to be sitting waiting for a train at the end. Out of the station, I crossed the railway to head to the river. It's on a road, but it's a quiet road, so it doesn't count. And after a few minutes, I reached the Southease swing bridge built in 1880 and was operated by hand to let boats through. It's one of the few surviving swing bridges in rural South England. Over the bridge, the trail is to the right through this gate. There's a good view of the bridge from down here. It was actually welded shut in 1988. Once the railway came, traffic along the river diminished, so it wasn't needed anymore. And here we have the Lewes. Normally you can see all the way to Lewes, but you know, fog. I kind of like it though, moody, mystical vibes. But this is what it normally looks like.
So for most of my life, I was calling it Ouse Valley, until I was telling someone about it and they had no idea what I was talking about, and then realised and corrected me, it's pronounced Ouse. So anyway, this river was used to transport goods to and from Lewes in the, I want to say 18th and 19th centuries, before there was railways. But now it's not needed for that, so it's just a river with a nice walking trail along it.
I've also since been told that Lewes is pronounced loose, so that's a bit embarrassing, although I'm pretty sure the train voice calls it Lewes, so I just don't know anymore.
It's a really easy route, literally just following the river along this ridge path all the way, and it will take you all the way to Lewes. And when you get there, there's 3 ways to actually get back into town. So I'm taking a route that I haven't tried before, and it should take me round to the Priory ruins, which I was planning on walking on the other route anyway, so that should be nice. Jesus. That was a bit muddy. It is muddy though, so you definitely want appropriate footwear for this one. Oh, so if you look over there, where it's all white, so there's hills over there. That's the vicinity of where I was heading. So yeah, as you can see, it wouldn't have seen anything. I think it was a good idea to stay down here. So there's a pillbox over there. You can just about see it. Oh, there. now I can actually see the white chalk cliffs of Lewes. So we're getting close to Lewes now, and you know what? It actually wasn't that muddy. The last couple of times I've been here, it was really bad, but apart from that patch earlier, yeah, it's been pretty okay. Heading into Lewes, if you were to stay following the river all the way into town, there is a patch there that is like boot-sucking mud bog, but we're not going that way, so we're okay.
Then I remembered I had some coffee with me, so decided to enjoy it before the peace is disrupted. You'll see.
The only downside to this walk is as you get into Lewes, or just before, there's this really noisy road. I don't know if you can hear it. Usually, like sometimes with roads, they sound a bit like waterfalls, so you can just pretend it's that, but this one you can't. So yeah. So this is where we go, the way I haven't been before. So I think there's two trails here, or two paths. There's the main path, and that one will take you along the river into Lewes. But then there's this one here, and I think this is the way for the alternate route.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
That road's really loud. It's quite woody. This isn't the way. There's a big gate. Yeah, I'm gonna go back. Something didn't feel right about this way. There was a kind of a creepy feel to it. Alright, so this is the way. When you reach this sign, turn left.
I then got my phone out to check the map. Didn't want to make that mistake again.
Okay, so if you follow the road and then turn left when it curves, it will lead you to the priory. So, part way along the road, there's this trail. Just here, you can go along. I have to say though, I find the other route into Lewes is definitely more scenic. They're both noisy. The road is with both of them, but the other way you've got nice cliffs to look at, and you've got the river and some nice houses.
I then reached the Lewes Priory, or the Priory of St Pancras, established between 1078 and 1082. And yes, there's a connection to London St Pancras. They are named after the same guy. This is the first Cluniac priory in Britain, or rather the ruins. It's where monks lived.
So apparently, up to 100 monks lived here in the 12th and 13th centuries, or 13th and 14th centuries, one of them.
I can confirm it's the 12th and 13th centuries.
And then this declined to about 24 in the 16th century before it was shut down. That's what the information board told me anyway.
And this is a dormitory where the monks slept. Their main duties were prayer and contemplation, and they attended 8 church services, masses and processions a day. And this is a toilet block, very important. Here's a closer look. I then realised I hadn't eaten. I was hungry, so headed over to the herb garden to eat my lunch. I then headed to the station to catch a train back to London. There's a flower shop at the station. Every time I'm here I think about buying some, but every time I am also cheap, so decide not to. And that's all. Bye.